Look closely, really closely, into the eyes of the children. The hope, the joy, the emotions. Every child deserves a right to live. Whoever she is, wherever he is, they deserve protection and justice. That's why Champions Child Care Ministries will never stop to stand for their rights. They deserve a chance.
Child sacrifice, this is when they get body parts, body tissue, blood, and take it into a shrine or used by witchcraft to actually make concoctions, because they believe that when they do that, when they use human blood or a child's body part, the concoction is actually stronger.
A total of 87 cases of child sacrifice were registered. Of these, only 23 were brought before the High Court. And over the 8-year period since 2006, not more than 2 people have been convicted. Sadly, it is still widely believed in some parts of the country that traditional medicine containing human body parts, blood, or tissue is spiritually stronger and more powerful. Child sacrifice and mutilation affect many communities across the country, although the exact figures and statistics are hard to come by. This is due to a high level of secrecy in which this evil practice is shrouded. Uganda loses over $30 million annually throughout the human sacrifice and organ trade, which mainly targets children because of their vulnerability and cultural beliefs that their blood and bodies are pure and suitable for sacrifice. Legislation that criminalizes human sacrifice, the use of body parts for rituals, and unlawful possession of human body parts is one step towards giving legal protection to the children who could easily be part of the 2.4 million people that globally fall victim to sacrifice.
Hope was 18 months when she was following her friends to the garden to pick maize, and that's where someone found her and picked her and took her. The people who took her kept her for 1.5 years still, and they thought she was dead. They cut part of her tongue, the tip of her tongue, so she can't talk anymore, and they kept on cracking her canines as they were growing. They cracked her canines and then were cutting skin off her toes all the time. So she was dumped in a field in Masaka Chinoni.
They made cuts in the top of her head, and then cut out her tongue, and cut a leg off, and an arm. And she cut her heart out. That's what they took.
ngenda okutunda mu pipa bwe nti okwekanga okungi nalaba omwana wange ng'asitamye wansi, omukono teguliiko ogwa ddyo, pipa ebunya omusaayi, nensooka nenzirukawo. Ebibuuzo byagenda okumbuuza sina ansa yaabyo ngeri yakubiddamu, simanye bandimuddamu biki. Ye ntiisa gye nsinga osula nayo ey'okumutunira n'omukono gw'ekitundu kinkanga. Ewaka waffe twali tulinawo omuntu alina bulemu bulabika bwe butyo. Yasoose okubufuna abufunye mukulu ku myaka 3 n'ekitundu gye yali alina mwaka akadde.
Kati n'amutema bw'ati egyo emisuwa gino n'agikutula n'alaba ng'omwana tiyenyeenya kubanga omuka gwali gumuweddemu afudde. Kati mwanyina n'atandika mwanyina okumugyamu egundi omutima gwe yamugyamu n'amusala obuwala bwe n'amuleka kwegamba ng'amutemyetemye n'ebirala ebinyama byajjamu sibitegeera, naye ffe twasanga ebyo omutima ogwo yagusokoolamu omwana oyo, obugundu bwe n'abusalako, n'omusaayi naye n'alembeka kwoli kana n'oyo. Akati n'abaleka mu busaka n'atambula n'ebintu bye byali ayagala.
Tekiri nvaako, tekiri muvaako, omwana wange olubeerera nti ne banne be yali azannya nabo baatuuka bamutya abamu kuba tebamanyira mu kifaananyi kyalimu okutunda enkovu gy'alina ey'omukono ogutawera.
Okutereka omuntu omukomera ga yakutira omwana ekintu ekiruma, aba alya aba anywa okiraba n'asigalawo naye redde omwana wo takyaliwo, ekintu ekiruma.
Buli muzadde yenna azaala omwana atunira omwana we n'abaako n'ekirooto ky'abamulowooleza nga ntya Mukama Katonda azaala ennaku 2 zokka emabega zalina akoogera ne maama we ku ssimu nemugamba ono banzaalira bokisa ku maanyi g'alina ge nali mulabamu, obutatya obugumu bw'alina, kyekifaananyi kye nali namulabiramu era nali nkuze ekyo. Nemugamba maama we nti kasita aweza emyaka 6 ngenda mutwala mu gym atandike training. Ebyaddala baleetawo ennaku 2 zokka. Musiraamu n'ayimiriza yayimiriza ekirooto kyange kyayindootera n'omwana wange, agezako okumugyawo n'asigalawo. Obulamu we buli kituufu naye enkovu yalubeerera era terivaawo era yayimiriza buli kika kyonna kyekitone kyali alina.
Who demands for these body parts? Which doctors do demand for these body parts?
Omusajja bwe yamala okukwatibwa Ismail Sebugwawo ng'ali ku poliisi, statement ye yagiwandiika ng'eyamutuma okukola ekyo ekikolwa yali musawo wa kinnansi yalinga agenda eyamugamba nti bamuloga bizinesi ye banne bakola nabo emirimu gye egimu kuba bali bakola bawerako nga balina bukiyosiki awo era nga baproducingirayo ebintu byabwe era nga babitundira tibamuloga ye era yeetaaga omukono gw'omwana agenda amusumulula amuteereza bizinesi ze.
Mainly, we have a special focus on responding to witchcraft-related abuses, and this is mainly child sacrifice. Child sacrifice happens in Uganda on a huge scale, and we are in a district now. We are placed in a district where most children are sacrificed. You could call Mukono and this region as the capital of witchcraft and the center of child sacrifice. And what we do as we respond to this problem is we rescue. We are engaged in rescuing of children that have been kidnapped or taken into shrines, and they are going to be abused or sacrificed or killed or mutilated for their body parts. This we do with the informers that we have in different places that let us know the suspected witch doctors or people that are involved in killing of children. We do arrests. We work with police to investigate and arrest witch doctors or people that are engaged in child sacrifice practices or mutilations.
We have very many cases that we have even worked along with the Champs Child Care Ministries, cases to do with child sacrifice. And this one has not started now. We started in 2017, working closely with the organization to rescue children who had been victims of child sacrifice. Those who survived death, we referred them to Champs Child Care Ministry, and they have been able to get medical treatment, psychosocial support, education, but as well, we have worked closely with them to make sure that we trace for the perpetrators and taken them to court.
Today, I want to bring you great news of hope and celebration. We have done it. Thank you all for your prayers and support. The President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, signed on the law to prevent and prohibit human sacrifice in Uganda. This is great news for the children of Uganda. I want to thank all that have been praying for us, all that have supported us, especially our biggest supporter in this fight, Droplets in the Stream, and everybody that has signed a petition for over 10 years calling on the government to enact a law, a standalone law that will prevent human sacrifice in Uganda.
The Prohibition and Prevention of Human Sacrifice Act that was enacted last year by the Parliament of Uganda goes a long way to supplement the Prevention of Trafficking in Persons Act in as regards to offences such as aggravated trafficking in children for the purposes of human sacrifice. We have registered an increase in such cases, making the children vulnerable, and therefore we believe that the laws in place only come to help us to ensure that the perpetrators of this crime are brought to book.
Stand with us. Stand with us. Stand with us. Stand with us. Together we can stop child sacrifice.